have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once. I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just stoned?
Hey, welcome to the Jim Reith Show Unleashed podcast, episode number 48. Producer Bill and I are safely ensconced in the inner sanctum.
It's nice out today.
Beautiful out today. Perfect.
I gotta go clean the backyard of the dog remnants. So I'm glad it's nice out to do that. It's my turn, I was told.
Yep.
I was told that 3 times in a row. So now remember, this is not my dog. This is my daughter and my wife's dog.
He's a barker, I'll tell you that.
Good old Chip.
All right, so our Yahoos of the Week, easy pick, the New York Football Giants are the Yahoos of the Week.
And there was a lot of them in there.
Could possibly be the worst team in the league. They only scored 6 points, and they looked bad scoring 6. So
there was one ray of light. Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah, love him.
That boy will run with you.
I love him.
He is so small. You know what? He's going to be our cutlets. He's going to be our, light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, he'll be like the crowd's favorite.
Yeah.
You can already see how tough a dude he is. He's going to get hurt. That's my fear, that he's going to get hurt later in the year. But he's just impressive to watch. Boy, he just does not shy away from anything. Now, our positive people of the week, that was also easy for me. It's the board of the Landmark Theater and all the people involved in the decision to do the renovation. Because from all accounts, so far, the first phase of the renovation is complete, and it's spectacular, evidently. So they've done the balconies and everything upstairs, way upstairs, and everything's been redone. And it's supposed to be remarkable. Now the next phase is the ground floor. They've already done seats, but the ground floor, they need to... all they're doing is refinishing stuff. They're cleaning it, repainting,
The problem with these theaters being hundreds of years old, that people weren't as gigantic as they are today.
That's right. No,
tall
they were not.
Or wide.
That's correct.
And I even have people that I know who are small who have a hard time sitting upstairs in the balcony. So hopefully that's been, they get a little more space up there.
It's interesting because the first time I ever realized that is when I went to the fair and I went to the Carriage House Museum because I wanted to see the Deacon Doubleday exhibit, right? So I'm looking at the carriages there, and I said to one of the people from the fair who was in there, I said, these are single-person carriages, and so you must have had to have like 4 of them for a family. She goes, no, that's a 2-person carriage. It fits 1 person now.
Wow.
Yeah. Two-person carriage. So I guess back then, the average man was like 5'4", and the average woman was smaller than that.
That's crazy.
And they were thin because nothing to eat unless you grew it or shot it.
I went when I was living in New York City. I went and saw James Joyce's The Dead with Christopher Walken on Broadway. And it was in one of the old Broadway theaters, like really old Broadway theaters. And we were in the balcony, and it was like, I was like, my buddy Jason, who's small, he's on top. He's on top of the guy next to him. It was the it's the most ridiculous thing. A lot of those Broadway theaters have been renovated since, but those old theaters. But we're lucky to have that.
Yeah.
There's not in every city that kind of facility that everything could be done in. Concerts now with the Broadway musicals.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Yes, and that was after the renovation. They blew out the back of it and made it so it could take all the equipment necessary to do a Broadway show. And to that end, tonight begins Hamilton, and we're going to talk to A.D. Weaver, who plays George Washington in Hamilton. He's just the nicest guy to talk to. So that
if you haven't seen this, it's the music's not for everybody.
No,
I'll say that. But if that's not your type of music and can just understand how important something is art-wise, this is Hamilton.
Right.
because nothing's ever been done before like it, and nothing will ever be done the same again. And Lin Miranda is a genius.
You have to listen to the lyrics.
And they're so good
Yeah.
that you don't need to watch something. Their diction is so good. These are professionals. These people have spent time in Broadway and television. I saw it last time I was here, and I was blown away. Even seeing it on Disney Plus before, there's nothing like seeing it live, because it's just that body of music just seems like it's so difficult to perform. It looks effortless when you're watching it live.
And dancing at the same time. I mean, it's pretty remarkable. It's also the 10th anniversary. The movie is coming out, or they're working on the movie. Oh, it is out?
They've put the Disney Plus version in theaters, and it's caused all this. So people think they get a license now to go to it and scream and yell at the top of their lungs with the movie.
Oh, I can't stand that.
And now the problem is there are some, I guess, showings that have the lyrics in the bottom, and they're called sing-along versions.
Oh, okay.
And there's some that's not. And what has happened is the documentary that's on, there's like a 20-minute documentary before the movie starts about the show. And I guess at the end of that documentary, they say, sing loud, have a great time. And it's not for both.
No.
And they used it for both. And there's some stuff on social media with people just going at it right in the middle of this thing in the theater, which makes me glad that I can just sit home and watch it on my 86-inch television. And I can yell and scream or not if I don't want to, which I won't.
Now, I was only in one movie where there was minimal participation from somebody in the audience, and it was Young Guns in the theater.
Really? From the 90s?
Between the scenes, there was a dude sitting there like halfway back, and he would just do one strum on a guitar. So then, the first time it happened, everybody was like, what? So then it keeps happening, right? So it becomes kind of cool. And then he starts talking to the screen at certain points, only at certain points. Like it's going into a break. So this was obviously a set-up thing, but that's the only time I've ever, although I did go to...
Rocky Horror.
Yeah. But that's expected.
But that's made for it.
Yeah,
and
is.
Like when they did Wicked, they had a special showing with the lyrics on the screen.
So you could sing along, right.
Now, for me, I that doesn't do anything. I'm not going to go and sing in the theater, but I also sing for a living. And so, but listen, if you want to go if it's a sing-along show, and you go do your thing.
Right.
But I feel bad for people who just want to go and have never seen it before.
Right. Yeah. It's almost like people talking around you. It's like, I just want to listen to this.
And that's the problem with every movie I've gone to. There's something, phones, people see the light of the phone.
That's it. You just want to do what George did in Seinfeld when he turned around and went after those guys, and it's like, you want to go outside? Let's do that because I would love it. And they're like, this little George dude, and then back down. You can't do that nowadays because somebody's liable to shoot you, so you don't want to be doing that. We're also going to talk to Lisa Romano Ward and her partner, Michael, about Stiletto Love Boutique, which I think is a incredible idea, and I think you're going to love it. I really do. I'm going down there.
I can't wait to see this.
I'm going down there. I'm into that kind of thing.
I know you are.
Within a reasonable,
Yep, I know you are. You like that vintage stuff.
And I'm not...
You remember old caller Alley Boy?
Yes.
He does that. You two would get along grand.
Yeah, well, he's got really high-end stuff.
English stuff.
Yeah, he's
James
got
Bond.
really good stuff. Yeah, he does. He's way, way above me. I'm just a little schmuck trying to make a dollar. You know what I mean? Remember the show Boogie Nights, the movie Boogie
Nights?
Great movie. The guy who eventually turns out, the guy that comes in and says the future is the real people, he said, all I want to ever do in this is just make a penny in this business. That's all I want to do is make a penny in.
That was a stellar cast. Man.
Holy cow, what a
Cheadle.
movie. I just saw a documentary about it.
Really?
Yeah, and there was a big, are we using porn stars? Are we not using porn stars? They used Nina Hartley. She's the wife of little Joe. Is that what they called him? William Macy, right?
Yep. Another great actor.
Oh, jeez. That whole cast is just incredible. And that was really, Burt Reynolds really blew a lot of people away with that performance because he was great in that movie. Really great.
He did such a great job portraying the dirty, foul porn producer guy.
And then he goes to, his buddy who's been arrested for, molesting children, and that scene when he listens to him, pretty much confess, and he like kind of drops the phone. That was remarkable. That was so good. So yes,
I haven't seen. I got to watch that again.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
me too.
that hasn't gotten a new
About
4K
Criterion or
upgrade.
whatever. Yeah.
That would deserve a Criterion.
It would, yes, and there is a backstory to it, and they should definitely do that. And then our congressman's coming on, Congressman Mannion. Yeah, and we'll talk to him about everything that's going on. And boy, is there stuff going on. So we'll
couple
have him on
things.
as
There's
well.
a couple things happening.
Yeah, just a couple
in this world,
and he's right in the middle of it. So we'll talk to him too. Ready to go?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Special guest, very special guest on the pod today, and that is A.D. Weaver. He is playing George Washington tonight in Hamilton at the Landmark Theater, and he's carving some time out for us, man. What about that? A.D., how are you?
Oh man, I'm so overjoyed to be here. So excited to be in Syracuse.
I'll tell you what, Syracuse loves Hamilton. Syracuse is nuts for Hamilton, and they're going to love you tonight.
Oh man, I'm so looking forward to it. This is the second time the show's been here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the last time was just like it was the impossible ticket to get.
Yep.
Hey man, I'm expecting nothing but the same. This cast that I do this thing with, man, they are some of the most incredible, fire-filled, most gifted people that are ready to take Syracuse by storm. We're so excited, and we've been in Canada for about a month and a half. So
Oh.
we're really happy to be back home in the States.
It's interesting because it's kind of a perfect storm coming together. It's the 10th anniversary. The movie is being worked on. And also, and I don't know if you, the cast and the crew has talked about this, but given the political climate, there's a real chance that this becomes, to some, controversial, not to us. We love it, but to some. So all that coming together makes it a super special to me, and I'm sure to the cast.
Yeah, actually, I don't find it controversial as much as I find it inspirational, and even aspirational to the power of what this country can be. When you look at the makeup of our cast, there are so many different ethnicities represented, so many backstories, so many different origins, and as a group, we all come together to bring this monumental piece of art together, and it's so much synergy and so much fire on that stage, which I think translates to what this country should and can be if we all lended each other a hand and came together and lifted each other up just to help everybody make it through moment to moment. This is how powerful this nation can be.
If people would look at it as a piece of art, which it is, and listen to the lyrics, they get it. They would get it.
Yeah. I mean, like, one of my favorite lyrics is "You have no control who lives, who dies, who tells your story." And then also, life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It just, as a Christian man, I believe, the love of God and the blessings of God, they reign on the righteous as well as the unrighteous. And when you think of life that way, it puts you in a mindset to not look down on someone because of what they have, what they don't have, what they did or what they didn't did. It's just, we're all just trying to make it. And how can I help you get to the next moment? Because some people are just trying to get to their next breath, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that these days. There's no doubt. This must be such a joy to perform in, AD, and that's what it looks like to me. It looks like everyone is just having the time of their life when they're performing it.
Oh man, I can't even go into words. I think the really cool thing. So we're now at the top of year 2 of our tour. So we've got some new cast members. And we debuted them in Montreal, and to put our arms around them and watch them be so bright-eyed and excited for their first time to go out there in front of 3,000 people to bare their souls. It just reignited that spark in me. Those are things that hold you up when you're on show 400 and something, and monotony can kind of set in, but then you get those little just small things that, okay, this is going to change the dynamic of this, or oh, she's really excited today, or she's new. I need to, be more alert to, to make sure that if she falls, I have her. Like just all those little things that just keep you grounded and keep you in a moment. And the audience wouldn't know, but it's all interplay. And it's the power of unity, the power of unity and what happens when the heart of artists come together.
AD, does it help going into a different city every other week?
Yes. I think you put it very eloquently. That it was the hottest ticket in town. And like to come to some of these cities where they normally wouldn't have access. I come from a small town in Indiana. I didn't have access to anything besides YouTube for quite a while until I got older and I was able to venture into Chicago myself. But my only access was YouTube and just fantasizing about what my life would be like and what it would be like to be amongst these people. So to be able to bring some child's dream to their town, I take that so serious. I love when I walk out and on the front for maybe the first 4 or 5 rows, you see kids and like you're watching. What happens is what I believe is happening is like they're seeing Disney Plus come alive right before their eyes. It's like when we were kids, or at least when I was a kid, and like the Disney's characters would like do those ice shows at the arena.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that's what's happening. Like they're seeing their favorite characters from the Disney Plus come to life, and they can't believe that they're finally here.
Is it hard to walk in the footsteps? Well, in your case, Christopher Williams, right? Christopher was the original George Washington.
Christopher Jackson.
Jackson. I'm sorry. Yeah, Christopher Jackson. Yeah. Is it hard to walk in? Is it hard to walk in those shoes?
Not necessarily hard, and we get so much space and so much support from our creative team to bring ourselves to the roles. There's never been pressure to be a Chris Jackson imitator. It's always been I've always been encouraged to bring myself and bring my experiences to the role.
It's got to be authentic, right? It's got to be authentically you,
especially this show.
Yeah, and so many of my life's so much of my life journey and my life lessons parallel what Washington is dealing with as a leader. So once I got free of my own intimidation, if I'm being completely transparent, once I got free of that and got out of my own way and just brought myself to the role, it clicked. And the great thing is that although I'm doing it every night, I still have a real life outside of the show. So I'm still having life experiences and I still get to nuance and bring different things to the role.
It's great also to have a director that will allow you to do that.
Yeah, I think that's the only way it works. Hamilton isn't, this isn't like Dr. Seuss.
Right.
I mean, this has to be the hardest body of work you've ever done. Am I correct?
It's got to be.
So man, I've been doing the hard thing my entire life. This is why I say so many of my life experiences brought me here. I've been doing the hard thing my entire life. I grew up doing, my high school was the first high school to do Phantom of the Opera.
Wow.
When they released those rights. So I did that at 16. And then 3 months later, I did Les Mis for the first time. So I've been doing the hard thing my entire life.
Nothing like taking on the easy roles. Wow.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, I was like, man, I've never really got a chance to like play the joys of youth on stage.
Well, we're looking so forward to seeing you this run. I'll be there tomorrow night. I can't wait to see the show. And really, I know, being a performer myself, I know how difficult it is to do this and get into a headspace to get into your performance. But we really appreciate your time.
Yeah, we do. Really.
Of course, man. I would have it no other way. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so blessed and honored that I'm a part of this piece. I'm so blessed to bring it to the people of Syracuse. I can't wait to connect with their hearts out there. I just really pray that everyone comes with an open heart to receive, to leave much better than they came.
Awesome. And welcome to Syracuse.
Yep. Thank you, AD.
Thank you. Thank you.
We've got special guests on the pod now. Joining us is Lisa Romano Ward and her partner in this boutique called Stiletto Love, which I just love. Michael, I didn't know your last name, so I just kind of went right over that.
I don't mind.
So this whole thing is very unique to me, and I think it's a really great idea. So I'll let you guys explain exactly what the boutique's about.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll let you explain.
She's going to let me explain because I talk too much anyway. I'll keep it quick. Lisa and I met, I was predominantly a photographer and doing a ton of surveillance back in the day. And we met at a music event, started doing liquor ads together. Lisa's pretty famous in the liquor ad world, but a lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know. Did you know that, Bill?
I did not.
Wow. All right.
So we started working together more consistently in that avenue for a couple of different one-off small liquor brands and a few other bigger ones, and ultimately found a space at the Delavan downtown, which, we needed more space to do the ad work. Plus we were getting into helping new models with portfolio work. Lisa has always had a dream of a small boutique. So somehow or another, through the amalgamation of prop clothing and a lot of blood, sweat, tears, literally losing friends, beating cancer, beating autoimmune diseases, we came together and just formed Stiletto Love Boutique and brought together the fashion angle, the photography angle, and now the design angle of putting clothing together for the public here and globally.
So is it vintage clothing that you focus on?
For the most part, yes.
But an amalgamation of both. It's not, we're not necessarily just going to be this vintage thing. But our style is vintage with some modern and, pardon the banging upstairs.
No, can you hear that?
No, we can't hear it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it's,
so loud.
we get into a lot of photography with people that come in and buy clothing.
Yeah.
And
and I've always styled the photo shoots, like putting the outfits together, things like that. Not only for myself and all the different wigs and things that I wear, but for the models that come in too. Because a lot of them just come in jeans and a t-shirt, and we want to put more stuff on them. You know what I mean? So
yes.
I've always loved fashion and have worked in retail. And, anytime I've ever performed, I'm always putting my different things on. And, so just kind of went hand in hand.
Lisa dressed Stars and Stripes once for a photo shoot.
She did?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I did.
Well, you guys should be wearing what she recommended.
It was the best looking we've ever looked in a picture.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
I bet it is.
That was fun.
This is, and the thing that really attracted me to this was your social media presence and how well you're handling your social media right now. That really brought me into it. I mean, the photos that you guys put up, and then you're always posting also as Stiletto Love. That, I think that's, as you would know better than me, super important today, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It is. It's kind of hard sometimes to bring a couple of different crafts together into one site. And when we don't use any AI except for a little bit of AI and some of the ad generation for the video templates, but we do take all our own photos. Lisa is amazing at styling stuff. And, we take pride sometimes with liquor ads in our turnaround because people are like, we need this yesterday. And Lisa can basically turn into any character.
Morph into whatever.
And then she becomes that. And so it's easy for me to take pictures and not mess things up. So
no, it isn't. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Okay, so
right.
So is it just focused on women?
No.
Oh.
We are incorporating more men's clothing.
Okay.
Right now we have, I believe, a couple suits, some shirts. I'm going to be looking into like sneaker wear, shoes, things like that.
Where do you get your stuff?
Wherever I can find it. Estate sales, garage sales, Salvation Army.
Yep.
thrifty shopper. You know, a lot of people will contact me and say, hey, I'm cleaning out my closet. You know, could you use some stuff? And I'm like, well, hell yeah, I'll take it. So
I'm a reseller myself, and
okay.
I focus on higher end men's stuff.
Okay.
I've sold like 400 or 500 things in the last 3 or 4 years, but I'm kind of
awesome.
away from it a little bit. But I may stop down there and do get a little photo shoot with Lisa, hooking me up with some costumes or something.
Oh my God, that would be great.
That would be your first Jim Reith Unleashed photo shoot.
I would like that. Yeah, I'm just so into this concept. I think it's just such a great. How's it been received so far by people who know about it?
Well, here's
I
one of the one of the coolest parts about this, and what I find fun from a photography standpoint, is having people be able to come in and shop, try on clothing, and immediately step into a photo box.
I know, that's so cool.
Like,
I
and
love
have
that.
like fashion-driven, like Vogue quality fashion photos on the spot.
Yes. Yes.
And Lisa puts this stuff together instantaneously, and she really connects with people on a clothing level.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I would look forward to having, you know, anybody come down.
Yeah, this is great. It really is such a great idea.
Good
It really
times.
is. So we're gonna hook up them with all their websites on our.
We'll put it. Yep, we'll put it all on our stuff, and
Cool.
it'll be
And
that-
we're going to be featured in Syracuse Fashion Week on October 4th.
Really?
We're going to be walking the Syracuse Style Show. Lisa Butler, I reached out to her and she put us on the roster, and I'm doing artwork on clothing, on vintage clothing. So that's what's going to be modeled.
Oh yeah. Love
Yeah.
that. That's awesome.
You know what? We should have Lisa get involved with our 1 year. So you can come and sing. You're still singing, right? I hope.
Of course.
All
Yes,
right.
of course.
All right.
We'll have Lisa come and sing for us at
Hook
our
it up.
1 year.
Yeah, we're gonna do a 1-year anniversary show at the 443.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, we'll
Very
definitely
cool.
have you guys come down, bring some of their fashion down and stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that would be amazing.
We just got an antique vintage sewing machine, so we're actually going to start making some clothing as well.
That's
as
awesome. It's great. It is. This is just the greatest idea.
How does this feel, Lisa? Finally getting into your lane and finding something you've always wanted to do and doing it.
I feel pretty elated. Like it's just something that I've always wanted to do. You know, Dad being custom tailor from Italy, really, you know, his love of fashion really was instilled onto me. So I kind of carry this. I carry him with me while I do all of this. And you know, Michael's been great getting this all set up. He's been here way more hours than me setting up this whole place, but it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I finally feel like I've got my niche in life.
And she's been fashion since high school. So.
And this is the Delvan Center. Is that where this is at? Okay.
If you guys ever saw half the stuff this lady does that people don't know she does, the world would be changed.
Yeah, well, I believe it. I do. All right, thank you guys. We appreciate your time. We'll have you guys on again.
All right.
Near
Fashion
Week.
Yeah, we'll have you on in a couple weeks.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks
so much.
We'll see you later.
Joining us now is our very special guest on the podcast. We are always happy to have our congressman on the air. John Mannion is here, and we've got some things to talk about. Certainly, first of all, how is everything going for you now that you're, well and settled in the job?
Well, people ask me how things are going, which I like that question. You know, I'm from Central New York, so when people ask me if I'm having fun yet, I say, we know what fun looks like. I know what fun looks like, and this is not it. So, listen, you've been covering and politically engaged, Jim, for a long time, as I have. This is an unprecedented time. These are unprecedented acts. And I just had a conversation a few minutes ago with someone where, in February and March, we were talking about things like authoritarian acts, or this looks like it might be authoritarianism. Now you read almost any article out there and you're going to hear words like authoritarianism, concentration of power, fascism, suppression of the media, retaliation. All of those things are uncharacteristic and unrepresentative of this country. So it certainly is a different time. I hope and believe that we will get through it as we are resilient, but we do need support. I call on my colleagues from any political persuasion to just call out what is clearly actions that are beyond the bounds of the president. And then also, they took the same oath as I did. The president took an oath. We took an oath to the Constitution, and we should uphold the Constitution and be true to that oath. So, listen, I'm on bipartisan legislation. I co-sponsor Republican legislation. I do all those things, but at the same time that I do it, I'm going to continue to tell the truth and let people know some things that are not good and uncharacteristic and unprecedented, violate our values and our norms when we're concentrating power in the executive branch.
The thing that terrifies me, Congressman, is the Supreme Court, because a lot of this stuff can go to the Supreme Court and they can put an end to a lot of this stuff. It terrifies me to think that they won't.
I agree. Listen, again, I was in a classroom when a lot of these things happened, but there were changes to, of course, the Supreme Court nomination process where that threshold dropped from 60 to 50. It happened previously with other federal judges. I think that was just like Citizens United, that decision. Those were seminal moments in this country's history that have not put us in a better spot, that have made us more partisan, made the judiciary more partisan. And as a result, instead of having Supreme Court nominees pass, 73 to 27, they're passing 50-50, 51-49, and that's not good. And we're seeing the result of that. One of the most recent rulings here that basically gives an okay to racial profiling is really disturbing, very, very disturbing. And again, those are some of the things that we have relied on the courts, although they don't move quickly, to rule on actions that have been clearly unconstitutional, and that has been a positive, but it takes time. But recently, we're seeing some of these decisions that are hard to believe, and then to not have a rationale provided on some of them that are being heard very quickly is also disturbing.
Yeah, and this stuff is so ham-handed. It's just so random, and what they do, they won't correct mistakes. They grab all these South Korean workers who are here legally. They're here to set up an auto plant. They're gone. They're in Guatemala or somewhere. It's unconscionable. I never thought, I'm 66, I never thought I'd see the American military in our cities. Never.
I am with you 100%. I never thought I would see it. 2016, I was in a classroom. I tell this story all the time. I certainly cared about state issues. I care about public education. But I was teaching 16-year-olds like I had my whole adult life. And I watched them watch a presidential election between Clinton and Trump. And, the bar had been lowered so far, the name calling, the dog whistling out there. And, I didn't see it in this country that there would be that type of support for actions and statements like that. But there was, and we went through those 4 years. I remember the chaos of those 4 years. And then I certainly remember January 6th, we're going to have the Republicans are pushing for and enacting, a new committee to investigate. I said, they caught me, a reporter caught me coming out of the Capitol. We're trying to rewrite history. I'm not trying to write it, but we're trying to rewrite it. And, the military in the streets, our military, which I have great respect for, my grandfather served. I had 4 uncles serve in World War II. I have veterans fairs and other things to show my support for the military. They have a job to do, and that is to defend our country. That's what they're trained to do. Law enforcement is trained to do something else. If this administration wants to support local law enforcement, there are federal trained law enforcement individuals under the purview of ATF and the FBI and the DEA. We can support those places with that. So that's why when people say exactly what you did to me, Jim, which is I'm scared, it's because it's not logical. It's not logical to put military in our streets. And I've been here. I'm here about 3 out of every 4 weeks, usually 4 days a week. I'm not just at the Capitol. I'm all around. I walk everywhere. I watch Republican and Democratic members of Congress walk everywhere. not since the National Guard came in, but all along. DC is a city. You got to keep your head up. I grew up on a busy street in Syracuse. I know to keep my eyes around, up and around, but this is something different, and people see it as such. And I will say that when I'm in the district, I think I've had 3 negative comments in 9 months, thousands and thousands of one-to-one interactions that are all positive, that even from a Republican at Wegmans the other day told me he voted for Trump 3 times, never voted for me, thanked me for just telling the truth, standing up, and trying to push back against, again, actions that are unconstitutional and unlawful. So,
well, we need some of your Republican colleagues to stand up and do the same, because so far they're not doing that, unfortunately. I think everyone's looking to 26 and the midterms. We got to get there first. Okay, we got to get there as a country first, and let's work on that.
I 100% agree. I don't want to be an alarmist, but I ran in this past election and expressed my concerns. When I was elected and the president was, I immediately said, I wish for the country's success. And if that means that there's also success for the president, that's good. That's what we want. That's what makes us Americans and binds us together. But I was alarmed when those executive orders came out on Inauguration Day. I was alarmed watching President Zelensky get dressed down in the Oval Office, the fragmenting of our alliances, which gives us the strength that we have. Somebody reminded me America has never won a war where they went alone. And yes, we have got a great military, but you're right about 2026. When you watch this aggressive, redistricting mid-decade, we haven't seen this before. These policies are so unpopular. We'll talk about the big ugly bill. We'll talk about some of the lack of pushback and oversight by Congress, which we're supposed to provide, because Republicans that hold the gavel refuse to do it. We're worried about, yes, the redistricting, the suppression of votes, military around voting sites. This president did not accept the 2020 election. And fortunately, there was good people around, the Secretary of State of Georgia, the Vice President, to do the right thing and not do it in a partisan way. Now, those people have been removed, loyalists have been inserted, and the conducting of that election, the validity of that election, and I am not an election denier, and then the certification of that election. I remind people all the time when I hear these election denial talks, these boards of elections have an equal number of Republicans and Democrats serving in those boards of elections, and they're safeguarded and they work. And that's what makes us the democracy we are. We got to hold on to it.
Boy, I agree completely. Thank you, as always, Congressman, for your time. Good luck. Good luck, in this coming session. I hope we can get something done, get some pushback for sure.
I hear you. I'll take the luck, the blessings, and the prayers, Jim. I'll take everything that comes my way.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you, Congressman. It's great to see you. Always great to have our Congressman on, John Mannion, great guy. We've been fortunate in having really good Congress people from this area, really good.
And his folks that set up his calendar and stuff are really, we're low on the totem pole.
Yes, of course.
And they they humor us, so it's nice.
Yes, I'm shocked that I got any of them. But it's because we're not affiliated with anybody. We're just messing around. I mean, before we went on with Congressman Mannion, we were yucking it up in here. I know. But that's what we're doing it for. We're having a good time, and that these people would come on with us is really gratifying and really humbling, actually, and it's really cool. And
we want to have the Republican Congresswoman from the Utica, Rome area on, but it's like they don't even say no. They just don't
They don't even respond. Yeah, they, whatever. It's fine. People who know me and people who have come on this program understand that I'm a fair interviewer, and I never do gotcha questions, and I never do any of that crap. So It's up to them, and I'm good with either way. They want to come on, it's fine. You don't, it's fine. Whatever.
We got stuff to talk about. We can talk
Absolutely.
about Akira Kurosawa movies all night.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. I really enjoyed Lisa Romano Ward and her partner about this new Stiletto Love Boutique, because I think it's just an incredible idea, and I hope they do really, really well with it. I do. I just think it's so fabulous. So if I go down there and get something done, I'll put it on Instagram and stuff. And I never post on Instagram, but I'll post that, and we'll see. I'll take Shalene with me.
Yeah, you probably should do that.
Yeah, she'll help me out. And A.D. Weaver was awesome, too. I mean, this was 3 really good guests and good segments.
It's a lot of stuff. Summer's done now, so there's going to be a lot of stuff we're going to be able to,
A.D. Weaver was great. Yep. I mean, he seemed like such a genuine guy. A big guy, too, for prancing around up on stage like that. But fantastic. That show must take so much out of you physically. I can't even imagine it.
3-hour show it is.
Can't even imagine it. Dancing around, doing all the type of music that they do. And, man.
And those guys, your guys that play Alexander Hamilton and George Washington and Aaron Burr, those are the people, they have to be on the top of their game every single night because that's who people want to see.
Exactly.
And it's frustrating especially when you go to New York and you go to a show and there's an understudy or somebody you don't. So those guys they got to take care of themselves, and that's why when we talk to them, and it's kind of probably refreshing for these people to go into a new city.
That was a great question that you asked.
Because in New York they live somewhere in New York. They go from their apartment to the show, go back, because they can't do anything because they're doing it 8 times a week.
Yep.
There's the matinee. So it's a very rewarding career, but it's also a very difficult thing to do.
Oh, absolutely.
To be a performer.
No question. And it was interesting when he said, you're on show number 420, and I'm like, what? So, and that's every night. I don't know how you do it with your voice. You would know. I don't know how they do it. I really don't.
They were all trained properly. That's the biggest thing. And then it's what you do when you're not singing. Drinking the water. I'm sure he's a gallon of water guy a day. Just keeping everything hydrated, and by you keeping hydrated, that keeps away viruses and stuff. It's a game. It really is. It's a game. Somebody's around you sick, you go the other way.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You're washing your hands all the time. I mean, my hands are raw since 2020. I have skin problems on my hands because I wash them so much. I don't use that sanitizer anymore. But
that's not good for you in the long run. I mean, in the short run, it's fine.
I'm a big fan of Dr. Squatch soap.
I've heard of that.
It's natural.
Dr. Squatch.
It doesn't feel. You don't have that film that sometimes soap gives you on your body.
It's like $42 a bar, though, isn't it?
It's the problem. It's $7 a bar. Brandy got me a big bucket of it for Christmas, and that lasted me a pretty. I think I might have 2 or 3 bars left of it.
Dr. Squatch.
Dr. Squatch.
Why is it so good?
It's just because it's natural. It feels. It just feels. It doesn't feel like it feels like you're getting clean, and there's not that film on here. And it really hydrates your skin too. It sounds like a
Dr. Squatch.
Dr. Squatch. But it's all very expensive. The deodorants, because it's all natural stuff. They have a shampoo. Not that I need that.
No. Well, for your beard.
Yeah.
You got to get a beard shampoo.
Keep it soft.
Do you beard oil? Do you use beard oil?
Not yet. I'm going to start though. I started talking to somebody.
Can't stand it. I have a little goatee and I don't need beard oil. And I just got my hair cut, and the guy was a little aggressive with taking off my hair. So I looked like maybe when I was in the Navy. But he trimmed my mustache and goatee, which I had never had done before by somebody, and he screwed it up. He screwed on my mustache. It's crooked. So I had to trim it out and fix it today.
So you got to go to Nick's barbershop.
That's where I went.
Really?
Yes. It's right across the street from where I live.
Oh, that's true. Right?
My neighborhood's right there. So I did, and I always get a different barber. I like this guy. He's a nice guy. I gave him a big tip, give him a fat tip because I'm going on vacation. So I gave him a tip. He loved it. He was very appreciative, and he did a very good job. He just took too much off, but that's all right. It'll grow back. It'll grow. I
like going there. We talk sports. You talk sports and Nick's and then he does my beard, and he does it good. I keep saying I'm going to go buy the thing he does to do it myself, but I just go there and he takes care of it.
So I once said on the program, our little radio show when we had it back then, that I listened to two guys talking about beard oil, which was best at the fountain on Columbus Circle, and I wanted to just smack their heads together.
Beard oil.
Come on.
Well, beards are for the longest time have been the thing.
Yes. It's funny, too, because when I was a kid, they were the thing. Late 60s, early 70s, beards were in. And then they went away for a long time. Then it came back a little bit. Now they're huge again.
My friend Chris from Vitaleaf on Erie Boulevard has got this amazingly sculptured, beautiful beard.
No kidding.
It's like if you could ask for like what a beard should look like. He's an older guy, so there's little grays in there, but it looks good. It's nice. He keeps it's a big beard, but he keeps it nice and tight.
He probably has it done by someone.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Not like our friend Matt Gordon, the angry vet, who's got it all over the place. But that fits him. That beard fits him.
Yes, it does. Yep.
And he's still, if you want to see some stuff on TikTok, he's still going at it.
Is he?
The angry
vet.
Angry vet. Speaking of TikTok, have you heard about this guy that lives in Auburn? His name is Tony Michael Johns. No. They did an article on him in Auburn. He's such a wacko that he goes into these places. He's gotten banned from 90% of the places in Auburn: Walmart, Wegmans, hotels. He goes into hotels and just eats the breakfast in the hotels. But he's got a presence on TikTok, and he calls himself the ladies' man. So I flip through TikTok at night, and then you go into these wormholes, and you watch all of his videos. Mm-hmm. Now, this guy's got some issues. He's not a very wholesome guy.
Okay.
But it's so entertaining because he's so nuts.
That's wrong, man. That's wrong.
But not nuts is like he's just like he doesn't care. So he just
right.
He's gets banned from places because he goes in there and does his thing with the nothing like you and I would ever do.
Right.
But now he's been banned from TikTok, so I don't know what to watch anymore.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they've gotten. I think he might have gotten into some issues with younger women and stuff. But they did a big article in the Auburn Dispatch, I think is the name of the paper, about this guy, and he's something else. He's the ladies' man, worker. That's all he keeps saying. The ladies' man, worker.
So, Shalene is very into TikTok.
I'm sure she knows who he is.
But I go down rabbit holes in Reels. You know the thing Reels. You can be on there for a half hour and not realize you've been on it for a half hour.
Yep.
You got to watch that stuff. All right, this was a real good one. I'm off to my secret undisclosed. It's a brand new secret undisclosed New Jersey Shore location. The first time we're going here. I used to go. The old location, by the way, was Long Beach Island. If you never guessed that, that was the secret undisclosed New Jersey Shore location
for many years.
Yes, Beach Haven at Long Beach Island.
And that was a thing that happened every year.
Yep.
That was your thing.
Loved it.
Yep.
Loved it. I went there 20 times at least. So now we have a new secret undisclosed New Jersey Shore location, and hopefully we have some fun, and the weather looks good. So take care of yourselves, all right? And God willing, we're all back at it next time.